Yo, kumusta?
Hello po. I'm good naman po.
Nice, nice. Thank you so much for taking the time to have this interview slash conversation, the first episode ng Indelible Ink and
Hmm.
Usapang Musiko. So,
Thank you. Thank
yeah,
you
yeah.
for
Maraming salamat. And congratulations for being the artist of the month.
thank you po, thank you po.
Kamusta ang feeling? Kamusta ang
Ah,
journey?
sobrang saya po kasi kaka-start pa lang namin pero grabe na yung traction, ang saya. Na ganito pala feeling maging to be seen. Kasi I'm so used to being nasa likod lang, hindi ako actually being an artist itself, I'm not even prepared for it I guess kasi gusto ko lang talaga nasa likod lang ako kaya nagwo-work ako sa likod ng camera with the team. So first time kong artist tas ako yung merong banda, ako yung may team, wow. Medyo weird for me yung feeling pero it's nice to have this kind of experience din po.
Yeah. In line with that, before we start with your musical journey or anything, since you mentioned that you're used to doing like background work,
Yes
you're
po.
behind the camera. So what's the transition like? Because I know that for me, I started with doing that as well. Kumbaga, I'm a bassist, so literally na I'm just literally behind. I'm just the group of the group, and literally, to be honest, I'm an introvert and I don't really talk when it's not necessary, but I get to understand the ways of the world
Mhm.
and nag-adapt ako. So how about you? How did you adapt? What's the process behind the transition from being behind the scenes to right now fronting and using your name,
Yeah.
sure, as the artist itself.
Yes po. Personally, um, hindi naman siya gano'n po kalayo, pero yung attention, it's just for me medyo siguro I will get used to it naman po sa mga susunod pa na mga chances na magkakaroon pa. Pero like, as of now, even this, yung opportunity na may interview, I'm not so used to this kasi mas sanay po ako na ako yung nag-o-organize ng interviews, ako yung nag-o-organize ng, mga event, tapos ako yung kakausap sa mga magpe-perform, ako yung kakausap sa kanila. So, these things parang in-upgrade ko lang naman. Actually, ayun yung nafe-feel ko. Parang I felt like na-promote ako into a position that I think I was being prepared for a long time because of course nakikita ko yung back ng scene, eh. Nakikita ko yung backstage, nakikita ko yung mga preparations, pero hindi ko lang na-experience being in front of the stage. So now that I'm, in front of the stage, parang feeling ko medyo mas may awareness siya compared to others that have started na front of stage agad without any experience sa backstage. So, yun lang po yung transition. Um, Medyo may may nervous, may ano pa rin, may medyo na-anxious pa rin minsan kasi yung attention talaga medyo 'di pa rin po ako sanay. Kahit nasa stage minsan, hindi ko pa rin alam sasabihin ko, nara-rattle pa rin. Pero masasanay din naman po siguro.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. To be honest, the moment that you don't feel nervous or anxious, that's the moment that you need to question yourself
Yeah,
as an artist. Because
yeah,
if you're confident enough with what you do and you feel like you're not really on top of like your art, then there's something that needs to be fixed. Diba?
yes.
Even us, like, I'm not gonna say I'm a veteran in the scene, pero I've had the privilege to do this for like how many years now, even decades. To a point that every time I go on stage, I feel like it's honestly, I feel like it's my very first time.
Mhm.
Like, I know how our set list goes. I know what I'm gonna be doing. I know how to act when I'm on stage. Pero every time I step on the stage, regardless if it's like high or nasa baba lang siya or kahit sang stage pa yan, I still have the shivers every time.
Yeah,
Kumbaga. And you have to maintain that kasi
yes po.
that's the idea of like, you're being grounded to yourself.
Mhm.
Well, anyways, thank you for letting me know that I'm not the only person that has that
Yes
that
po.
idea. Kasi I feel like, looking at alam mo yun, yung mga artists na, yung mga idols natin, mga
Mhm.
influence natin, alam mo yun, they're performing to like thousands and thousands of
Mm.
people. And alam mo yun, parang I feel like they already know what they're doing. Pero
Parang napapa-question ka, kinakabahan pa ba sila or hindi na?
yeah, yeah. And then ngayon, I saw someone that has the same, alam mo yun, idea behind me kasi I came from the background as well.
Yes,
And then right now, I'm not fronting a band, pero kumbaga parang,
you
alam mo
have
yun,
your
you
own
just feel,
platform na. Like,
yeah, yeah, like this. Kumbaga, I have like solo episodes na I know I know what I'm gonna be talking about. I know the direction of my conversation or my discussion. Pero alam mo yun, parang I feel like I still, before I start or before I record, every time, even right now, even
yeah,
before, di
even
ba kanina,
right now.
nag-usap tayo, sabi ko, let's chill for a moment.
Yes po.
Ano mo natin, let's make ourselves comfortable kasi I know the feeling of like, on the spot bigla ako, kumusta ka? Anong
Mm.
ginagawa mo sa buhay? Di ba? It's awkward. Pero, yeah, let's move on. Let's start from the very beginning. So, can you tell us more about like the journey? How did you start in music?
Personally po, I started sa church kasi yun, Christian, tapos syempre Christian churches, mayroong full band setup lagi every Sunday, tas doon na-train and doon na talaga nagkaroon ng exposure. Pero talaga sigurong medyo parang paano ba, parang in-embrace ko yung pagiging musician ko nung nag-college na ako kasi supposedly different course yung kukunin ko, magpo-pol sci ako. So medyo aware din ako sa mga ganitong interviews, podcast, and sharing your thoughts or opinion about some things kasi ito rin yung interest ko actually. So now po parang nung dapat magko-college na ako to a different school, last minute nakapag-decide ako mag-music college and from there talaga nahasa talaga. Pero more on classical actually. For 4 years, I studied classical singing. So, transition siya sa akin kasi nung nag-start ako ng singing, ang influence ko talaga pop singers like Ariana Grande, Adele. Pero because of my range kasi hindi ako na-train nung bata ako na mag-belt. So, I tried to parang explore other genres. Tas from there, I started learning yung mga jazz, neo-soul, yung mga R&B na hindi kailangan mag-belt. So, nung nag-music college po ako, classical singing. So, nalayo na naman ako sa style ko. And from after classical singing, nung nag-graduate ako just 2023, adjustment na naman siya sa'kin last year kasi babalik na naman ako sa dati kong singing style. So, medyo ano, parang made-describe ko yung musical journey ko talaga na, exploring things lang talaga. Like trying out new things or trying out pagka hindi nag-fit yung isang bagay for you, just try another one. Kasi, hindi naman natatapos yung life with just one trial. So,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, so sobrang exciting yung journey ko ngayon sa music because when I started officially last March, this March lang, when I started officially, ang daming ang daming opportunities na mapapa-question ka sa sarili mo, "Am I fit for this?" Na parang, "Kaya ko ba 'to?" Pero sana hotdog na lang ako para kain ko jumbo hotdog. Kinakabahan po ako, sorry kailangan ko i-lighten.
Okay lang, okay lang. Walang problema, walang problema.
So, yun po
Na-off guard ako dun sa hotdog na.
sana, pero yun po, sana
May
kayanin
mga
ko
times na feel ko parang gusto ko lang maging hotdog eh,
oo,
sa dami ng responsibilidad sa
daming
buhay.
responsibilidad parang sana hotdog na lang ako para kayanin ko yung mga bagay. Kasi especially being an indie artist right now, ang dami mong hindi naman competition because music should not be a competition talaga. It should be a platform for everybody. So, like right now, no marami kang kasabayan that you have, especially with social media, you have to stand out. So, this musical journey that I have right now, it's very much na trial and error, trial and error. Pag hindi gumana isa, try another one. Pag hindi pwede sa'yo yung isang opportunity, try another one. And just, wag ka lang matakot. Kasi, isa kang hotdog. Para
So
kaya,
ano yun, isang pure foods na hotdog,
yes.
medyo mahal, Kaya kailangan mo talaga i-try lahat.
Opo.
Well, that's good. Kumbaga, I just want to share. I studied conservatory of music as well,
Mm.
and it's good na pareho tayong naghahanap ng opportunity for
Yeah.
work. Kasi ang hirap ng work pagkatapos ng music college. Kasi alam mo yun, parang yeah, I learned a bunch of shit na hindi ko sure kung paano ko ma-apply sa employer ko.
Yes,
Pero
exactly. Exact same thought na meron ako nung nag-graduate po ako. Sobrang yung takot ka na, saan ako mapupunta after this? Parang feeling mo kasi ang galing mo na kasi music yung ano eh. Hindi naman ego, pero wow, music, ganyan. Galing naman.
kumbaga ang hirap sa akin naman ang naging journey ko is yung parents ko are very supportive. How about your parents? What's their reaction? Kumbaga okay din sa kanila yung
Opo, sobrang supportive sila.
yan, kasi yun yung mahirap madalas eh. I know a lot of people that wants to be in music college. Pero I have this friend that's already I believe like nasa Europe na siya. Kumbaga when I was starting out, kumbaga sa UST siya nag-aral. And alam mo yun, sobrang lungkot niya kasi yung room nila, kasi I believe HRM ata siya or culinary. Katabi nun is yung mga rooms for music college. Kumbaga parang every time nadadaan siya sa hallway na yun, parang iniisip niya na parang ito dapat yung inaaral ko, ito dapat
Sakit
yung
po,
inaaral ko.
sobrang sakit po nun, yung regrets.
Oo. Pero ngayon naman, he's happy. He's still playing bass and kumbaga he's one of the greatest bass players that I've ever known kasi literal na may advantage talaga siya. And talagang gifted and talagang sinipagan niya talaga. Well, before that, let me just go back a little bit. Let me ask you, what do you think is in terms of music, I just want everyone to understand, is there, based on your learnings and alam mo yun, pag-aralan mo for 4 years, is there like a big advantage into doing music college? And every time I talk to people that are nag-aral ng music, how much music theory does a person really needs in order to proceed with doing music?
Actually, nalimutan ko na. Hindi.
Busy tayo with marketing lahat eh. Kasi
Yes,
pag
opo.
artist ka, kailangan marketing specialist ka eh.
Opo, totoo yan. Sobrang, pag nasa music ka na, totoo yan, even actually, different courses po. Actually, na-encounter ko even with different courses. Pagdating mo sa actual job, minsan hindi mo naman kailangan yung iba mong inaral. Pero when it comes naman po sa music, kasi continuous yung pag-aaral natin sa music even after we graduate and we start performing na or doing our jobs. Parang, when it comes to music theory, it's not about how much po kasi yung alam mo eh. It's about how much you are willing to show it to the world, I guess. Kasi no matter how much you have in mind or you have in yourself na parang alam mo, ang dami mong alam, ganyan-ganyan. Pero ginagamit mo lang siya to boast or to show off. So um, parang wala rin kasi the people will not be excited or will not be into listening to you kasi meron ka lang arrogance sa sarili mo when it comes to music theory. Pero with music theory, all you need to have is willingness talaga to learn siguro. Kasi na-question din, pero may mga friends din na nagka-question like, paano ba mag-start sa music, ganyan-ganyan. Basta open ka lang eh, kasi even when nasa actual job ka na or nasa performing ka na talaga sa stage, when you do rehearsal and ganyan-ganyan, kahit ang dami mong natutunan in school, in college, pagdating sa banda or sa mga team, parang marami ka pa ring matututunan sa kanila eh. So, hindi ka pwede mag-stop ng learning mo with the fact na marami ka natutunan sa college. So, with music theory, ano lang yun eh, kumbaga theory lang siya. Kumbaga dapat nandun lang siya, backbone mo lang siya. So, if you learn na enough music theory, from there, explore ka pa. Don't stop learning kasi nagiging question kasi siya of sino mas magaling eh. Pagka pinag-usapan natin yung theory lang or pinag-usapan natin gaano ba ka dapat kaalam, nagiging question po talaga siya ng sino ba mas magaling? Kasi mas magaling tong artist ito, dami niyang alam ng mga riff, ganyan-ganyan. So, yun po siguro. Kasi theory malawak po kasi. So, ay sorry. Malawak po kasi siya. So, I cannot like define yung dapat knowledge natin. But it's more on willingness to learn and then willingness then to share it to other people. Yun po.
Yeah, yeah. I agree with you kasi um there was this I think I opened that kind of forums probably way back when I have my yung previous podcast ko, which is literally like niche talaga niya is about music. And we had this episode about yung about music theory. And there was this question that I want to pick your brain on this. Like yung music theory ba really controls or kumbaga nagbibigay ng is more of like a guide to us or to anyone that wants to learn music or literally like kasi here's my thing like I know a lot of people that didn't study music
Mm.
pero super like
Yeah.
great artists and marami naman akong kilala din na nag-aral ng music theory in honesty nag-aral ng music theory but it's more of like on paper.
Yeah. Is that me?
Hindi. No. Hindi.
Just kidding.
Kumbaga parang kasi with with my experience and yung mga nakilala ko rin, kumbaga ang dami dun, mga kasabay ko rin before. Like, dun ako nagkaroon ng question na gaano kalalim ba dapat yung idea of music theory that anyone needs to have.
No.
And kumbaga you answered that in a way that as long as you're willing to learn and you're not really alam mo yun, confident ka na with what you
Yeah.
have. Kasi a lot of people are sleeping on the idea of as long as I play a G chord and it sounds good, then okay na siya.
Yeah.
Kumbaga, I believe it's like an awareness that if you want to not really exceed with life, kumbaga if you want to exceed with the art form that you have, then you really have to learn more, continue learning. I wanna question this your what you said earlier. You said that music is not a competition.
Yeah.
If I just want to pick your brain on this. If music is not a competition, then why do people still compete with the idea that they need to be the best?
With being the best kasi sometimes ang kalaban natin dun is yung sarili natin eh. What we're doing kasi is not competing. Instead, we're comparing yung kung ano tayo, yung identity natin. People kasi who usually wants to compete kasi those are the people who usually compare. Like, parang habit nila mag-compare ng sarili nila. So, I'm also guilty of that. I think everybody na na-fulfill nila na kailangan nila mag-strive for the best. But being the best is not totally bad. The idea kasi parang meron tayo idea na parang masyado naman to nagmamagaling, masyado naman to gusto niya magaling siya, ganyan. It's just that people are pinalaki ng iba't ibang way, iba't ibang manner sila pinalaki. And the way na pinalaki isang tao minsan, for them to feel like they're enough, they need to be the best. So, yun siguro. Pero when it comes to being the best naman in music, for me, yung mga best sa music are those people na talaga nag-enjoy. Kasi you only see na kahit anong galing ng tao sa pagpe-perform or pag music in general. Pero at the end of the day, hindi pa rin siya satisfied sa nangyari or sa performance na ginawa nila. Still, hindi niya nako-consider yung sarili niyang best. So wala pa ring best doon. Pero imagine if the band perform kahit mali, di naman totally mali kasi we still need to be professional. Pero what I mean is, if magkaroon kayo ng onting mga kailangan panlinisan sa rehearsal before the performance, it's fine as long as you guys enjoyed it. Kasi pag hindi kayo nag-enjoy, nawawala yung satisfaction. Actually, it's the satisfaction. It's about satisfaction. Pagka na-feel mo na, di pa rin ako magaling, ganyan-ganyan. It's your parang opinion of yourself. Pero for other people, baka sa kanila, sobrang galing mo na. Feeling nila ikaw yung best. So for other people, tayo yung magaling. For other people, tayo yung bobo or hindi magaling sa banda. for it's fine as long as you know yourself, parang you're true to yourself na you're enjoying your show, you're enjoying your performance, your music. I think it's very important. But also, we have to have, parang boundaries. Pagdating sa ganong idea na we have to just do our best or just whatever we think is best. Kasi pagka nagiging ganun naman, nawawalan tayo ng standards or nawawalan tayo ng quality sa ginagawa natin. Kasi meron namang iba, yeah, they're doing music, they're happy about what they're doing. Pero nag-stop na sila dun sa idea na as long as we're having fun sa performance, hindi na tayo nag improve hindi na tayo nagpa-practice. Wala nang mga personal practice. Pag nag-rehearsal, sige, okay na yan, masaya naman tayo pag nagigig. Nag-enjoy naman yung mga audience nung nanonood sila eh. Pero where's the quality sa performance? Yan siguro. Ang dami ko sinabi.
Pinag-question yung sinabi mo. Ang ganda nga ng mga insight mo eh.
I
Kasi,
think.
kasi I'm gearing towards another question. Since you mentioned that idea of having fun, kasi that's the basic premise of what we do.
Mhm.
Do you agree that because instead of having fun, you need to look inward and see if you're, kumbaga, if you're being professional or if,
Yeah.
kumbaga, do you agree that music is business?
Music is also business, not just business. Parang may borderline siya doon na you can do music on your own. Parang you can do music because music is life. Pero we also have to understand that dahil nga music is life, that means kung yung life mo is music, you have to make money out of your music. So to make money out of your music, there's music business. Because I also handle music business. So medyo, ako dito, parang medyo may emphasis ako pagdating sa music business because it's very important for musicians talaga na mag-improve sa music business side ng music nila. So, very thankful ako for this opportunity, like the platform with Sir Irvin, the Usapang Musiko, and with Indelible being the artist of the month because it creates traction for the artist. And there, the opportunities na nag-a-arise doon kasi nagkakaroon ng traction sa artist. So, important both music business and being music is life. Kasi if hindi ka naman music is life, you're not enjoying what you're doing. Pero also, music is life. You have to make money out of your music. So there's music business. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree kasi we came, kumbaga, I don't know, like since you mentioned you graduated 2023, right?
Last year.
So yeah. So I feel like no nag-start ako with music, there's not much talk about like
Mhm.
like money, about earnings, potential earnings.
Yeah.
And I think that's a advocacy that I thank you for doing kasi you already have an insight of like how do I live with my passion.
Yeah.
Kasi that's a conversation that I have with a lot of my friends.
Mhm.
Kasi most of my friends na in the industry are still not seeing the benefit of like
Yeah.
taking this as a business. Kumbaga, as long as they're performing, as long as they're having fun, kumbaga at the end of the day they said that alam mo yun, as long as I'm having fun and
Mm.
as long as I'm performing, then I'm good with that. Pero at the end, like, how about you? How about the people that you support?
Yes.
Yeah, you have work, you're exerting effort, you're doing a lot of
Mhm.
things, paying for Spotify, paying for rehearsals, paying for like even gas fees, mga ganyan-ganyan.
Mhm.
So, kumbaga, sinasabi ko sa nila is, you cannot maintain just
Mhm.
being happy and just being satisfied performing pag, alam mo yun, pag walang income na napasok.
Mhm.
And kumbaga that's actually one of the premise why I created Usapang Musiko is I
Mhm.
want to uplift the indie scene, the indie
Yeah.
artists. Kasi madami ng mainstream madami na silang exposure eh. I feel
Opo.
like sobrang dami na nilang exposure to a point na this is just my honest opinion. Like I don't know if you're a fan of Ben and Ben, I am a fan, pero I feel like they got too lazy and too timid to create songs that are different from the sound that they have right now.
I get the point. Mhm.
Yeah, kumbaga parang yeah, we're earning money naman eh. To a
Mm.
point na I feel like it's just me I feel
Mhm.
like parang they became too complacent to a point na
That's
money
the
is coming
problem.
in. Yeah, if money is coming in, I don't really need to we don't really need to exert any more effort. We'll just play the usual tunes.
Mhm.
and probably create more songs based on those tunes, and it's still gonna be a hit.
Yeah.
Kumbaga that's another case study to
Yeah.
figure.
But
Pero
it's actually interesting po. Actually, that's one of the things that we need to discuss talaga pagdating sa music. Yung kasi inisip kasi ng mga musicians, especially the indie artist, na 'pag nandun ka na, okey na yan, madali na lang yung pera, papasok na lang yan. Oo nga, papasok yung pera, pero parang binenta mo na naman yung kaluluwa mo kasi wala ka ng artistic like creativity sa ginagawa mo because you're just there for the money. Parang nakalimutan mo na lahat ng sacrifice mo. Pero yeah, it's also one thing that we need to ano din para maging lenient naman din sa part na yun kasi we also have to understand na baka sobra rin yung struggle nila na it's payback time na na medyo mag-ano kami, maging lazy kami. Pero balance po siguro, everything is balance. So dapat yeah, we're earning money na pagdating nandun ka na bilang indie artist parang, wow, nandito na tayo, na-reach na natin 'to. Pero isipin mo pa rin why you started kasi pagka nalilimutan yun, nawawalan na ng direction yung banda. Very
yeah,
important yung direction po talaga.
yeah, that's a great insight. To be honest, you can create your own podcast na eh. Bakit, ba't pa kita ini-interview? Parang literal na nangihingi lang ako sa'yo ng advice eh.
Ako pala si ano, Papa Jack dito.
Yung parang binibigyan ako ng advice eh. Literal na di na to interview eh.
No,
Ewan ko
very
ba dito kay JL eh.
very thankful po ako sa opportunity because not that I have a lot of experience po kasi I just started last year nga with music world. Pero so far I experienced a lot na po siguro. I mean, I have much awareness. I mean, enough awareness. Yabang. And then,
Yeah. I
and then
mean, that's true thing.
mm,
The more you
yes
strive
po.
for greatness, the more you expose yourself to the world, the more experience that you'll have.
Yeah. Kasi po important talaga na may awareness tayo with what we're doing. Kasi, thankful po ako sa mga platform like Pink Trash Project. They're also one of the prods na nag-help with artists, especially with other productions na attendan ko or we were able to be invited to kasi like Maverick Productions, what else? Ano pa ba? I want to really para shout out sa kanila kasi they really give platforms sa mga artists. But aside from giving them platforms, parang also nag-raise sila ng awareness that yeah, binibigyan namin kayo ng gig, binibigyan namin kayo opportunity, but all of this doesn't come from parang for free. Parang kailangan mag-strive pa rin kayo kasi these opportunities pwede ring mawala. So, important talaga na merong mga groups na nag-raise ng awareness, especially for the indie artist, na dumadami na talaga ngayon. Kasi though I just started my career officially this March, pero in the music business, medyo nagkaroon ako awareness how distribution works, how label works, how this Spotify things work. Kasi hindi sila madali. Hindi sila madali. Like, the streams, "Di, mag-release na tayo ng song." Sige, release ng release. Pero hindi mo mina-match yung marketing mo. So, yeah, release ka ng release pero lahat ng yan tapon because if you do not reach certain amount of streams, eto yung cheat code. Release ko na. Hindi, this is the cheat code. Unless you reach the 5 to 10K streams, yung songs mo hindi masyadong nasa radar ng Spotify. So, imagine, ayun yung mga dapat awareness na alam ng mga indie artist. Kasi if not, release ng song pero hindi nagiging worth it kumbaga. Yeah, we understand the passion, nandun yun. Pero yun nga, 'pag nandun yung passion kailangan nandun din yung money kasi wala tayong pang-passion 'pag
Yeah.
tayong
Di ka naman pwede pakainin ng passion mo eh.
yeah, exactly po. We
That's
have
the
to be
truth eh.
realistic, eh, kasi minsan masyado tayong ano, parang nandun sa clouds na parang, "Hindi, this is my life. This is what I do. This is what I want to do in life. I will die 'pag di ko ginawa yung music." Yeah, you will die pagka hindi ka na kumakain talaga kasi wala ka na makain kasi you're just doing music without direction. Yun, so important na yun, indie artist has direction talaga pagka yun, may mga ginagawa sila. Personally, I still learn a lot po, especially with Indelible. I still learn a lot from them kasi nag-help din sila sa akin with my releases, with my yun, may mga publicity. So, always engage talaga kasi wag ka wag kang mahiya. Kahit
Yeah,
ngayon na
yeah.
wag kang mahiya.
And then another, I think since you mentioned another cheat code, I think I'm gonna mention my cheat code that I learned
Yes po.
throughout the years. I treat here's a thing for any artist. So you need to treat yung mga indie gigs, indie prods, even guestings or anything music related as a networking event.
Yeah.
Kasi, you know, coming from like corporate, doing corporate stuff and
Mhm.
doing this, kumbaga, every gig is an opportunity for me to meet new people. Kasi
Yeah.
there's a possibility na, kumbaga, may mga bagay ako na hindi ko pa alam
Yeah.
that I will learn from others.
Mhm.
So every time I attend a gig, even as an audience or as a
Mhm.
player, I always make it a point that at least I meet one person,
Mhm.
one random person, and then I get to be friends on Facebook. I get
Yeah.
to see how they do things. Kasi literally, the idea is that you're trying, not really mimicking, but you're getting guidance from people, even they don't know about it. Kumbaga.
Yeah.
Even with podcasting, kumbaga, that's why I collaborate with other podcasters outside of my niche. Kasi I'm trying to see like how they do their marketing. Kasi that's the honest thing about this is that regardless if you're an artist, you are also a PR person, you're also a marketing strategist,
Yeah.
you're also the distribution if you're indie,
Yeah.
you manage yourself, you know, you deal with label people, with production, especially if it's a paid gig, kumbaga,
Yes.
everything hawak mo lahat eh,
Yes po.
kumbaga. So that's another, I think another cheat code is to always be available to
Mm.
network with others
Yes, yes po.
and make sure na you at least you say hi,
Yeah.
kumbaga, to people. Kasi coming from someone that is an introvert, it became hard. It was harder for me at first to even smile
Yeah, me
at
too.
people.
It's
Kasi
hard.
yeah, it's hard kasi you have your own thoughts and you're happy with your own thoughts eh.
Yeah.
Kumbaga, I find people weird enough even before, even until now, to a point na I find people weird with things that I don't really see like making sense.
Yeah.
Pero kumbaga, since you're traversing into this universe and into this world, you have to live with it eh.
Mm.
Kumbaga, that's why kumbaga palagi ko sinasabi, and a lot of my friends know this, that I'm very opinionated with things. Pero I'm always, kumbaga, making sure that my opinion will not strike a chord to anyone that is a purist in that specific
Mhm.
topic. That's why, kumbaga, I know this is already outside of
Yeah.
of our
Pero,
planned
that's actually
conversation.
a good, thought po kasi, I'm also opinionated, pero opinionist. Pero that's a good insight that I think I need to learn in life right now at my age. Because I'm very opinionated about things because, not to the point na parang papakalaman sila. It's more on, I like thinking. I
Yeah,
enjoy
yeah.
analyzing things. I enjoy doing things sa head ko na parang, what if ganito? What if ganyan, ganyan, ganyan? So, very analytical in a sense. So, thank you for having that kind of thought po. Medyo na, ano siya, napasa siya sa akin. That's good.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's the thing about networking, right? Diba?
Yeah.
Kumbaga,
Network.
we learn from people, and at the same time we learn from listening and talking, having conversation. So, balik tayo dun sa so sa conversation natin. So, let me just ask you, since you mentioned that you're nag-start ka with listening to like pop singers like
Yes.
Ariana Grande and the likes, paano yung naging transition mo from that, not really belting, and then into neo jazz, alam mo yung smooth
Mhm.
jazz and stuff? Kasi I listened to your, I believe earlier, nag-skim ako a bit dun sa isang set niyo sa Maverick Prod, and
Yes po.
you're singing Stevie Wonder.
Yes.
Like, why? Kasi to be honest, I'm very fascinated kasi onti lang yung mga people na naririnig ko nagpe-play ng Stevie Wonder Superstition
Yes po.
with your age as well. Kasi most of the people that alam mo yun, napapanood ko sa mga prods or even sa mga events or sa mga gigs, they play the usual pop stuff
Yes.
na alam mo yun, not really common, pero yung mga trip nila. Pero ano yung transition for that? And what made you struck a chord with doing neo jazz or funk?
Sa'kin po 'pag maganda-maganda. Gano'n siya. So, I would like to say Ate April, sana manood siya nito. Pero, kay Ate April because yun nga, from where the community I belong before parang, uh, nag may different genres, may different music sila na style. Tapos yun narinig ko yung Superstition, ta's parang nagustuhan ko kasi yung banda kasi mahilig kami mag-live band arrangement.
Mhm.
Personally kasi wala akong masasabi ko na eto lang ako na artist. I always like I always like challenging myself pagdating sa genre kasi, doesn't mean na magaling ako mag-run sa mga song, dapat gano'n lang ginagawa ko. I hate that kind of ano, mindset. Gusto ko lagi akong mag-e-explore, magta-try kahit hindi ko kaya yung isang bagay. Even yung, song hindi ko talaga genre. For example, nitong Robinson's Gallery yung nag-gig namin nung Saturday, nag-espresso kami, eh, that song kasi medyo malayo na siya sa style ko ngayon kasi very pop, girly pop yung singing nun. So, pero tinry ko because yung venue is small. So, I always like to find songs na magbabagay dun sa venue.
Mm.
Yung song naka-sing along yung mga tao kasi espresso siya and very, trending yung song ngayon. So, easy to get along kasi with the ano, paano ba? Wait lang, I will compose my thoughts. Connection, like I need connection with my audience. Like for example, with the Superstition naman po, the reason why we go for Superstition, I like the song, I like the band arrangement. Um, ang nagustuhan ko sa Superstition, na bring out niya yung ano ba, yung skills ng banda ko, gano'n siya. Kasi na meron sila kanya-kanyang part na kailangan nilang i-focus. So, 'pag time na perform na namin sa banda ay sa gig, medyo mapapawaw yung audience kasi alam nila, hindi nga namin genre yun, I mean hindi yun namin age,
Mm.
hindi siya usually tinutugtog ng mga ka-age kong banda. Tapos yung tugtugan pa is very live band arrangement. So, you also need siguro po personally, paano ako nagla-line up ng song, I need to check yung venue, ano yung audience na tina-target ko for that, gig. Tapos puwede namang hindi ko siya target audience, pero alam ko mabe-bring out niya yung best sa banda ko. So, I will still go for it. Tapos puwede naman pong, kaya ko pinili yung song because, I just want to try a new thing. Gano'n siya. Parang still dahil nga kaka-start ko lang po ng March, trial and error pa rin ako sa lineups. Pero thankfully dahil yung banda ko sobrang solid nila, hine-help nila ako with may mga arrangements. Pagka may song ako na gusto, "Sure ka ba, gusto mo 'yan?" "Sige, gawin natin 'yan, kaya 'yan gawa ng areglo." They're always ano, G. Kasi ano sila, ayun yung nagustuhan ko sa banda, lagi silang G, whatever I ask for them. Kapag kunyari nag-request ako ng song na gan'to, pero they will ground me na, "Oh, sure ka ba diyan?" Ganyan. "Sure ka diyan? Parang mahirap 'yan." Ganyan. "Pero kakayanin mo ba?" "Sige, kung kaya mo, go natin 'yan." Supportive sila at the same time, they keep me grounded talaga pagdating sa mga lineup kasi important 'yan, eh, yung collaboration sa banda. Hindi dahil ako yung front singer, ako lang yung masusunod. Hindi dahil ako yung main artist, ako lang yung masusunod. I hate that kind of mindset na porket ikaw yung bida, ikaw lang dapat. So, I always engage my band kahit, solo artist ako ta's name ko pa yung nandun. I always make sure na meron silang opinion sa mga bagay dahil opinionated akong person. I want to also share that platform na, "Sige share niyo, ano ba gusto niyong arrangement dito?" Ayokong maging madamot sa opportunity for them to speak out, gano'n.
Yeah, yeah. I mean that is actually correct. Kumbaga, you're basing your lineups, your songs based dun sa venue, dun sa type of
Yes.
gig that you're gonna be in. If it's like a prod gig, then possibly you can do whatever songs
Yeah,
you want kasi literal na you're showcasing your own, your own talent. Pero when it comes to like mall gigs, even mga corporate events, even mga weddings, you have to, alam mo yun, you have to create a lineup that is based on that event. Kumbaga, I feel like marami rin, I think that's something that a lot of artists needs to understand na, yeah, you have your own music, pero alam mo yun, if you accepted the gig,
Suitability pa rin nung ano.
yeah,
Like,
you have, if you accepted the gig na outside of your like normal, alam mo yun, normal thing that you're doing, you have to adapt. Kumbaga, that's why, alam mo yun, offline, we're talking about like social media and stuff like that. Kumbaga, right now, with the songs as well, again, I think it depends. If you're aiming towards like popularity, kumbaga, literal na popularity, and you name mo talaga is gonna be in there, then you need to create like songs that will catch the masses.
Yeah.
Even though the thing about social media is that even though you really hate the way you're gonna evolve,
exactly.
still, it's still an art form.
Yeah. Parang nabanggit ko nga pa sa Indelible interview na whatever you create, as long as you put emotion or effort to it, that's already an art. So, bilang artist naman, dapat we have to be responsible then how we create those art. Kasi parang ang nangyayari, yeah, we're creating nga, pero hindi nga siya yun. Katulad ng mga prod gigs or mo gigs, yung suitability, tsaka yung adaptability. So, dapat adaptable or willing ka mag-adapt sa whatever environment you are in. Tapos, dapat din suitable yung mga lineups.
Yeah, tama yun. Okay, so right now is another segment on the episode. We're gonna be listening to your song, and then we're gonna be talking about the song itself. So wait lang kasi yung isang laptop ay namatay na. So let me just pull up everything here. And then luckily I found your lyrics sa Google.
Yes po, meron.
Nakita ko sa Google. Sabi ko, meron lyrics sa Google. Ayos ah.
Sobrang excited kami nung na-discover namin meron ako sa Google. Sabi ko, parang nasa Google na ako.
Kaya sabi ko, ayos din pala. At least kasi, I want to make sure that I'm fair to everyone.
Yes.
Kaya sabi ko, at least I need to find the lyrics. Wait lang ah. Yon, okay. Sige, let's listen to your song and then let's talk about it. Habang pinupull out ko, napakatagal ng ano. Wait, hold on. Okay, let me know if you can hear it. Okay. Asa mo, palapit na ako, patapos na ako.
Thank you po, dagdag stream yan. May point 25 cents na.
Okay, let's listen to it. Can you hear it?
Yes po.
Remembering all the times I tried to make it through a quiet night, thinking of a way, planning through my days, how to run a break away. I let the pills free to wild ride, soaking to the high tide. Every time that I cry, with the hopes that I might be there to find the things that I find. And things may always change, they never stay the same without you out of sight. Discomfort in the darkness over me. Then I can see you make me shining through blinding lights, 'cause I'm finding that you're tightly tied up every part of me. But that's how it's supposed to be. You make me shining through blinding lights that I'm fighting, and the brightest light, loving every part of me. But now I know that's how it's supposed to be. Thinking about it, times I feel like I'm losing. Every time I think I can do this, thought it'd be easier if things shining, shining.
Nice.
Thank you po.
It's a nice song. Actually, initially, when I listened to it, I have this. I don't know if you know this artist, like JoJo vibe, like, and then
Parang narinig ko.
parang yeah, like around early 2000s, mga ganon. And then I like the lyrics, to be honest, kasi kumbaga it makes you think it, and it wants to give you like, yeah, it's very direct, kumbaga you understand the lyrics, pero kumbaga it makes you kumbaga grounded to your feet to a point na you need to uncover it on your end, kasi not really a pet peeve, pero I had this episode with Sean Archer where I felt like the lyrics are being, alam mo yun, fed na to you directly to a
Mhm.
point that it's not making sense anymore. And with your song, I feel like if I listen to it second or third or even first, and then I just read the lyrics, then alam mo yun, I will have my own discovery of the song itself,
Yeah, actually,
which is
thank you for
really
that.
great.
Yeah, thank you for that. Kasi actually, for a long time, nahihirapan ako how to explain the song. Pero actually, what's surprising is kahit may sarili akong interpretation, other people, when they listen to it and see the lyrics, may sarili din silang interpretation, which is so surprising. Amazing siya for me.
Yeah, which is the mystery and the fun part of being a lyricist and being an artist, diba?
Yeah.
You have your own paint, you have your own picture of the song itself, but with others, kumbaga, they have their own painting, or they have their own picture
Mhm.
of how they interpret the song. So with that, can you talk about like the song Shining, and what is the process of writing it, recording it, and stuff like that?
Mhm. For me, siguro going back po sa kanina, parang one of the point din kasi ng song is like very expressive siya sa nararamdaman, eh, like what I feel at the moment. So siguro one of the reason din kung bakit um parang yung mga tao whenever they listen to it on their own, parang may sarili silang interpretation because yeah, emotions transcend talaga, eh, pagka kung ano yung nafe-feel ng isang tao at the moment, puwedeng ma-transfer natin yun or ma-imbibe nila yun, especially with music. So that's the goal of music naman, to really, communicate what you are feeling, or parang, yeah, communicate kung ano yung currently gusto mong marinig ng mga tao. So for this song, personally yung writing process ko dito, ah, paano ba, may help ako dito with Nomad, which is my producer as well. So, this song, sobrang nahihirapan akong gumawa ng song with other people. Hirap ako dun sa ganong, yung mga collaboration, because of course, it's my first time being an artist. Tas parang that time, actually, ang lala nung anxiety ko nung ginagawa namin 'to. Kasi sobrang sobrang tine-treasure ko yung music ko, na to the point na I'd rather not release it kaysa marinig siya ng other people na hindi tama, na may masabi sila sa music ko. I'd rather not have other people listen to it kaysa may marinig ako na mali mula sa kanila na interpretation ng music. Pero with this song, finally I'm starting to open up myself kasi ano, eh, I made this song with another person, which is my producer. So nung ginagawa namin 'to, sabi niya, "Sige lang, gawin mo lang, gumawa ka lang." So nag-melody kami, nilatagan niya ng music, tapos ang una kong nagawa is yung chorus. So nag-aano lang ako, nag-hum lang ako, na 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 shining, pero yung shining nandun talaga siya, never siyang nawala. So na-question siya actually nung nasa RJTV kami. Dahil nga parang improper siya in English form, na parang, "You make me shining, dapat you make me shine." Pero sabi ko, ayoko na agawan si Regine, sa kanya na yung "You make me shine."
Oh, ano?
Oo.
Oh, yeah.
'Di ba po parang pagka grammar Nazi ka nga, makikita mo yung mga faults dun sa song. Like even this, yung "Through blinding lights that I'm finding," pero yun. So, guys, advice ko sa inyo, have it checked before you use it.
No, I mean, honestly, for me, I don't really mind
Yeah.
the wrong grammar, as long as you get
Mm.
the point across.
Ah,
And
thank you
it's
po.
your artistic belief mo yun, eh. Kumbaga, may mga songs nga na Taglish na ewan ko,
Totoo.
songs that I listen na Taglish is very baduy,
Yeah.
very cringy. Pero people still deem it beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yes po.
to be honest, I don't really have a question with that.
Okay, thank you po. Nasatol naman ako dun. So, with the song, yun nga, parang yung pinopoint ko sa kanya, yung You Make Me Shining, dun siya umiikot, yung whole song. So, nung nag-start ako mag-artist, sobrang natutorn ako between doing this, kasi nga, coming from a background na sobrang bawal. Hindi naman bawal, pero highly discouraged na mag-expose to the world. Kasi dapat your talent should be for the Lord lang. Dapat yun sa church lang.
Yeah.
So, bawal kami sa mga secular things. Pero when I started my music, even when I was in the music college, and my music college is also Christian school, parang nasa utak ko talaga, I know deep in my heart na the reason why I will make my music is to make other people, the outside people that we consider na hindi church people, to listen to my song and to be reminded that these things still happen. Yung mga pains, yung mga nararamdaman natin, ng mga um, confusion, it still happens talaga. So, parang nung nasa music school ako, nisip ko, ito yung gusto kong maging music ko, na make other people listen to it, na kahit hindi sila Christian, they will listen to my song. Ganon. So, true enough, itong song na to, dun ako na-torn. And kung i-release ko ba siya, tapos, dun na nag-channel. Kaya siya, You Make Me Shining, Through Blinding Lights, 'Cause I'm Finding. So, at that moment, very nasa um, confused era ako ng buhay ko na should I start my music? Everybody around me at that time, since I was working in a recording studio, they're all encouraging me to do my music. But at the same time, sobrang natatakot ako kasi nga for how many years mula pagkabata ko, we are highly discouraged not to do it because it will be blinding. That's why the word blinding lights. Kasi pwede kang mabulag sa liwanag, pwede kang mabulag sa fame, pwede kang mabulag sa ganito. So, ang daming fear sa buhay ko na I don't know to really do my calling kasi everybody naman knows I sing. Everybody tells me na I'm good at singing, I'm good at this, ganyan. Why not do it as your career? Pero at the same time, they're discouraging me. They are discouraging me to really pursue it kasi baka naman daw pag sumikat na, ganito mangyari, ganyan, ganyan. So, confused season siya ng buhay ko kasi kumbaga turning point siya eh. Kasi graduate na ako. So, pag-graduate ko, kung ano man yung career na pursue ko at this age, basically, dun na yung trajectory ng buhay ko. So, nung ginawa ko tong song, You Make Me Shining Through Blinding Lights 'Cause I'm Finding, true enough, nung nire-record namin siya, nandun din yung anxiety ko na parang, when I create this song ba, when I release this song ba, ganito ba, ganyan. So, nag-channel siya sa song, kaya siya nagawa. So, You Make Me Shining Through Blinding Lights 'Cause I'm Finding that you've tightly tied up every part of me, but that's how it's supposed to be. So, throughout my life, para ang dami kong na-experience na rejections, ang dami kong na-experience na opportunity na dapat nandun na, as in dapat nandun na, pero hindi siya nangyayari. It turns out, I was being prepared for something bigger, which is this, yung to really release my song to the people. Yun, so, next naman Through Blinding Lights that I'm fighting with my pride despite loving every part of me. And this talks about, this one naman talks about the salvation naman, which is being Christian. So despite our lapses, despite our sins, the Lord still covers us with His love. So medyo, to be honest, looking back, parang na-amaze nga ako sa train of thoughts ko nung ginagawa ko to. Kasi parang pinaghahalo ko yung life ko with my career, which is music. Tapos life ko as a Christian, talagang taghalo siya. Tapos nagawa yung Shining. Ang galing. So, dito naman po sa second verse, sabi ko, favorite part ko yung second verse dun sa interview with Miss JL. Kasi dito, parang nirelease ko or parang in-explain ko that may mga times talaga na nafo-frustrate tayo eh. Human being lang naman tayo. So, ang laki ng tendency natin sa frustration, especially with music kasi yun nga, medyo may tendency yung mga musician talaga to be perfectionist eh. Mas ano tayo, prone tayo being perfectionist. So, ang nangyayari sa atin, nafo-frustrate tayo to the point na ayaw na lang natin gawin yung mga bagay. Pero it turns out, all things talaga come together or all things work together for good. So, 'pag nangyayari isang bagay, nare-reject tayo or may mga bagay na hindi natin na-achieve at the moment, sometimes we are just being prepared for something else talaga and bigger platform. Because before, ang daming opportunity, sabi ko, hindi, siguro feeling ko sikat na ako at this point, eh, ganyan-ganyan. Yung parang may ganong feeling kasi na-envision mo na eh, nade-dream, parang na-imagine mo na ito yung mangyayari. But it turns out, kung easy yung naging process ko no'n na imagine if back then na-reach ko yung level na yun or yung fame, sige sabihin natin fame, hindi ko ma-explain or hindi ko mapu-put into words yung experience ko at that time. Kasi naging easy yung success eh. Walang trials, walang challenges na wala kang mashi-share to people. Especially with music, we're just sharing experiences to be honest. With heartbreak songs, nag-share lang sila ng experiences nila. Pero imagine walang heartbreak, edi walang mga songs na sikat ngayon. What if walang cheater, edi walang song. Parang gano'n. Parang though toxic yung gano'ng mindset, wag nating gamitin 'yan. Pero kumbaga everything really works together for good kasi may mga tamang season lang sa buhay natin na 'pag nandun ka na, when the time comes, masasabi mo na lang na, "Wow, nangyari yun sa'kin. Wow, success story ko yun. Wow, ito yung testimony ko in life." And I think Shining is my testimony in life na parang when I think things are not going my way, when I think, things are not how it's supposed to be, it turns out that's really how it's supposed to be because I'm being prepared for something else.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man. I mean, wow, it's the first time ko na lost for words for that. Kasi I'm Christian myself,
Yeah.
kumbaga, but I'm not really, I'm not really
Mhm.
as practicing as you know. Pero kumbaga, the thought that I got from that is that I know I'm gonna mess this up, but hard times create powerful people, and good times create weak people,
Mhm.
and everything will just go around in circles once it's for you.
Yeah.
Kumbaga, kasi it's not. I'm a firm believer that being an artist and the career that we have right now is not because of our choices. Yes, it's our choices, pero there's a reason. There's this, alam mo yun, magical or sensible idea from the man above that, hey, I'm gonna make you an artist
Yeah.
and you'll touch people's lives.
Yeah.
And kumbaga dun sa, kasi to be honest, listening to the song, I feel like it's more of like, I'm breaking stereotypes, and I'm alam mo yun, my interpretation is that you're breaking stereotypes, you're exceeding to the level that,
Yeah,
alam mo
actually.
yung iniisip mo, like, is this just me, or alam mo yung mga ganung bagay.
Yeah.
And listening and understanding the words, the lyrics coming from you, it has like a deeper sense. And thank you for creating music like that, kasi I believe that people needs to hear songs like this, kasi I'm tired of listening to Queen Yasmin.
But she's good.
I'm tired of listening to Queen Yasmin, to Sean Archer na
Wait, why are you
napupuyat at
listening to
yumayaman.
Queen Yasmin?
No, it's ano eh. It's in the interweb eh. I don't have a way to escape it eh. Kumbaga, I enjoy memes, and then nakikita ko na lang bigla si Queen Yasmin, si Carlos Agassi, and alam mo yon, and si Sean na pinaglalaban yung pagiging puyat niya, like alam mo yon, like, yeah, sure, it's relatable, pero it doesn't have this fulfillment in a music lover like me to really have this thought na parang mag-isip sa mga songs. Kasi we need that eh. Kasi right now, everything is being spoon-fed na sa atin eh.
Yeah.
Kumbaga, we have social media. We can be our own producer, our
Yeah.
own lyricist. AI is there to create our songs for ourselves to a point that we need a breath of fresh air like your song to a point
Oh,
na
thank you.
it makes us think, it makes us understand, and it makes us to see inward and see kung ano ba talaga yung worth natin. And I know that I agree actually with the idea of being a perfectionist as a musician.
Mhm.
Kasi dumating din ako sa phase ng buhay ko na gano'n. Na alam mo yun, if you really want the best out of people, pero kumbaga, in layman's terms, or kumbaga, in terms that seem understandable, you have to work with what you have. And you cannot really push people to its limits, especially if it's borderline, alam mo yun, being strict and not being fun already.
Yeah.
Kumbaga. So, I don't really have a I don't really have a question in that. Because earlier I have like I already have like a question about like love bombing or positive bombing with people. But it's not really a positive bombing. It's more of like your
Mhm.
experience and you know understanding that you have your way in the world and you just need
Mhm.
to wait.
Yeah.
Kumbaga, yeah. And so thank you so much for that song. To be honest, this is my first time being out of critiquing a lot of songs. Honestly, this is like the first time na I felt this yung share ko lang, I felt this yung pagiging wala akong comment nung narinig ko yung song na Meant to Live ng Switchfoot.
Mm.
Kasi I'm a big fan of like that era and narinig ko yung Meant to Live. And parang sabi ko, yeah, it's not, I cannot label it as a positive song. I cannot label it as love bombing or positive bombing. It's more of like a challenge to yourself.
Yeah.
Kumbaga, you're meant to live to be someone, not just something. Kumbaga. So, yeah, moving forward, what's alam mo ano yung mga next project na meron ka?
Yes, hopefully, subaybayan ng mga people, ng mga internet people. I will be releasing a song. Kakatapos lang namin ng demo. Not demo. Actually, kakatapos lang namin ng music. So, nandun na kami sa recording process ng song. So, I hope you guys tune in sa social media accounts ko para makita niyo yung mga updates. But I will be releasing a song this August, and also we have a project this August. So you guys should wait for it talaga. Sobrang excited kami.
May invite ba ako dyan sa project mo?
This
Just,
one po. This one po is oh my gosh. Pwede na ako mag-spoiler. Pero we're still cooking it eh.
yeah,
So
after na lang. Offline na lang.
yes.
After. Yeah, offline
This
na lang.
special project, we're so excited. The whole team is so excited. So it will be a little bit expensive for my end being the indie artist that I am right now. So yon, you guys should another pahabol, make money out of music talaga.
Yeah.
Being an
Yeah.
artist is so expensive. Being an indie artist, sobrang expensive. So you guys should make money out of your talents.
Yeah, I again 100%. You need to make sure how to network, how to
Yeah, network
get
music.
get money from your music and probably learn how to have a conversation with like possible sponsors. Kasi that's gonna be helpful.
Yeah.
Um I have a few more questions. So
Sure, sure.
can you talk about the first time that you performed live as Jewel as your music? What's the feeling? Kamusta yung first time that you performed?
Di ko na maalala yung first time na nag-perform ako. That was in August nung parang nakisali pa ako sa prod. Nung first performance ko, wala akong maalala na sensible na memory ko kasi all I was thinking back then was to do it. Yun lang. To do it lang talaga. Pero what I can remember is nung time talaga na I feel like talagang artist na ako nung March na i-release ko na yung song ko this month. So, kailangan kong galingan, ganyan. Siguro naalala ko nun, sobrang fulfillment niya. Sobrang satisfying niya for me. Kahit alam kong bilang perfectionist din talaga ako personally. Feeling ko may mga mali ako. Pero nung nagawa ko siya, sobrang satisfying niya. Feeling ko, this is, ayoko sabihin na this is what I'm made for. Pero, siguro, one thing talaga, malalaman mo na this is just something for you. Ganun. Parang feeling ko, I belong to that place. Medyo ganun yung feeling niya. And since then, medyo, hindi naman na-addict, pero nagtuloy-tuloy ako. Siguro ayun yun. Dahil nga sinabi ko, nandun pa ako sa age ko and sa phase ko in life na I'm still nasa trial and error pa ako ng mga career na tinatahak ko. And siguro one of the things or one of the careers na siguro pupursue ko talaga, that moment I realized that I really want to make music. Ganun siya. Meron lang siyang, parang euphoria. Parang ganun yung feeling niya na, wow, this is it. Ganun siya.
Nice, nice. Okay. So, since si JL kasi may sinend ng mga, ng mga file, so let me just ask, what's your future plan for your fans? What's paano yung interaction mo with your fans right now?
With fans, I don't know if I have fans na nga. Kasi all I can see are my relatives. Joke lang.
That's how we started eh. Kumbaga,
Ah.
ako rin eh. Sinama ko yung AirPods ko, yung mga tito-tita ko sa first gig ko. Kasi sabi ko, kailangan ko ng kasi way back then, share ko lang,
Mm.
good, I came from the pay for play era. I don't
Oh.
know if you know that, pero before you play a gig, kailangan magbayad ka muna ng like 10 tickets bago ka
Oh,
maka-perform. Yeah,
interesting.
yeah, nangyari yun. Yeah, that was very surreal and it really happened. There was a time as an indie artist na you need to pay this amount to perform. So, kumbaga,
Wala nang ganun ngayon. Sana po.
yeah,
I
wala
think,
nang ganun, yeah.
parang merong mga prods pa po na parang nagpapabayad ng table. I think.
May mga ganun. Pero, I believe, kumbaga, siguro sobrang hidden na lang nila.
Yeah.
Mga behind the table na conversation lang yun. Pero before that was the thing.
Wow.
Kumbaga, pumasok ko sa indie scene, pay for play ang tawag doon. To a point na I have to pay like around like 200, 300, 500 para lang maka-secure kami ng spot. Tapos, I'm from Laguna. So, nangyari, yung mga gigs pa noon back then was in Manila, Quezon
Yeah.
City, Makati, mga ganyan. So, ta-travel pa ako napakalayo. And then, kailangan pa namin magbayad ng mga ng mga entrance. And alam mo yun, dun ko na-realize na siguro yun yung thought na right now, we're blessed and we're lucky na we don't get to have that experience anymore.
Yeah.
Kumbaga, we don't need to pay for anything. Kumbaga, sobrang thankful sa mga prods.
Thankfully.
Okay, so anything that you want to plug, anything you want to mention, or mga gigs, upcoming gigs, this will be released this Sunday, July 14th. So, do you have any gigs or anything that you want to
Gigs
promote?
po, we will be having this July 27 sa Giho gig namin. Tapos, supposedly, meron kaming gig this July 13 with Karma Music Hall, Karma Volume 2, Maverick Productions. You guys should support them. Unfortunately, we cannot come this July 13. So, ma-release to 14. So, yesterday. Tama ba? So, di kami makakapunta pero sana support niyo yung Maverick Productions. Sobrang solid na prod. You guys, indie artists, go for Maverick Productions. Pink Trash Project, Pinkies. Gusto ko sila i-plug kasi sobrang thankful ako sa kanila. Napakababait nila sa mga artists. Sobrang supportive. Yan, Aspalto Productions. Sila pa lang yung na-encounter ko eh. So, Adrian Sagiho, sobrang solid ng mga yan. Sobrang i-support natin yung mga prods nila. Also would like to thank Ate April and my band. Tapos Miss JL, Indelible, Ate Queenie, everybody, Queen of the Crowd. Sobrang thankful ako sa prod na yun talaga. Sobrang solid nila. grabe yung tulong nila for the artist. As long as, of course, show it guys na deserve nyo naman. Yan. Tapos, also want to thank my band. I have Enzo, Patrick, tapos si Iam, the Nomads. Also, we have Just Dale, tapos si Kuya Kyle, si Kuya Bong. Who else? Carl, kay Bao, everybody in the team. Also, yung team namin for this upcoming project namin this August. Yun, sobrang excited kami. So, you guys should tune in talaga sa mga update pa namin. Kasi marami kaming gagawing contents. Excited kami sa mga contents na gagawin namin. Grind talaga kami this year. Tapos, yun, you guys follow my social media accounts as Jewel Divine. So, Jewel, tapos DVN underscores, at Jewel DVN underscore. Tapos, I also have TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. I post my updates. I post my gig schedules there. Yeah, thank you very much po, Sir Irvin.
Yeah, no worries. On my end, I just wanna thank Indelible Ink.
Yeah.
Ms. JL, thank you so much for the opportunity and the collaboration. I know this is not gonna be the last because we have Artist of the Month almost every month. So,
Yes.
so magkakaroon tayo Artist of the Month every month, and I believe na since this is a cross collaboration, may mga clips or yung full. I'm not really sure. We're still gonna be talking about logistics, pero this will be aired din sa Indelible Ink.
Yes.
And to all of my listeners, I don't consider you guys as fans or followers.
Yeah.
I consider you guys as friends. So thank you so much for listening. I know that medyo may mga half opinions tayo with things, pero thank you so much for for being there and for listening. I still have a lot of guests and episodes to come. So you can follow me on Spotify. Just type in Usapang Musiko with Irvin Basana. And then follow nyo rin yung mga friends ko in the podcast scene, 25%, and a lot more. And you can follow me on my socials. Just type in Irvin Basana on Instagram and Irvin Basana on YouTube. Lalabas din yung mga episodes sa YouTube. And then TikTok, wala, puro katarantado lang malalabas ko doon. So doon. Facebook, yan. I probably, this is an announcement, probably I'll be going back to doing basic videos kasi may time, onting time na ako to do it again. Kasi may mga nag-a-ask pa ng ibang mga followers, mga friends na, nasa na yung mga lessons mo? Sabi ko, wala na akong time mag-lesson, mag-base lesson. Kasi ang dami kong ginagawa. Pero hopefully this month or by next month, I can upload at least 1 or 2 base lessons a month. So yun lang naman. Again, thank you so much guys for listening. And Jewel, thank you so much for being on the show. I really appreciate it. And yun lang, yeah. Thank you guys, and you guys stay safe.